So welcome ladies and gentlemen, so today we're back with some more beta action. The other night, basically I sat down, I played a bunch of games online. This is one of them, okay? So this is what's happening. We've got some co-op action. You can see in the bottom side of the screen, 3 computer opponents, on Superstar by the way, up against this guy, Cesar Kamikaze, and myself, and that was it. And I will tell you, this is not how you play co-op. This was my first real game playing it, and the problem is this. Okay, now when you're playing with a random opponent, you can't control them, you can't communicate with them really, because I didn't have my headset on and everything else, and no one's going to be doing that in the beta. But this guy, you know, didn't really understand positional play. I tried my best to try and keep players in certain positions, and he just, you know, you'll see later on, we got kind of mullered by the AI. Honestly, they were pretty good on Superstar, I have to say, but it doesn't help when you've got players running all out of position. I mean, you've got to keep some sort of a shape. I mean, right here, no one's picking up Giroud. It's a free shot for him. I'm the orange, he is the green. I didn't have a great performance, no, I'm not going to lie, but it was difficult. It's very difficult. Co-op is all about exactly that. Playing together. I mean, there I was kind of standing in his way, but you've got to play together as a unit. You've got to communicate technically, because if you don't, and you've got players running out of position, it makes it very, very difficult. Now, when I tried to play co-op against the users, it was a little bit laggy. I wasn't a huge fan of it. The connection here was alright, it was better. It was still a little bit unresponsive, and there was a couple of issues. But overall, it wasn't too bad. I mean, right there, you know, he's pulling Dani Alves way out of position. Now, he's left Payet all on his own to deliver that one in, and they scored. So we got punished there because he didn't know what he was doing. You can't pull the right back out of position, leaving a huge hole. There's got to be some sort of discipline when you are defending. Try to make a couple of runs here with Willian. Just didn't quite work out, but honestly, you know, the AI was pretty good as France. I'm enjoying playing as France more than I am with Brazil. I've got a couple of other videos I've done as well in the beta with some decent goals. I mean, I have to say the dribbling in the game is fantastic. Very nice when you get the ball with Griezmann, with Neymar, with players who have the ability, even Coutinho, to dribble and show their class. It's great fun. But then you have players like Pogba, who's not got the best touch and dribbling ability, but he's very strong, and you can now use that, you know, to your advantage. And I've certainly done it in the games I've had. I mean, right here, where's the centre forward? Don't know who's going to be playing up top. Here I found a little bit of space out wide for Neymar to try and do something with it. Let's see what he does. That's a nice bit of play. I mean, he got a bit greedy here. Could have probably laid it square, decided not to, had the shot. And it was deflected out for a corner. Corners I'm sort of up and down with as well. Kind of hit and miss really with me whether I can take a corner or not. Because what I'm used to doing is pressing up and diagonal at the same time. Well, if you do that, that's what happens now. The ball goes on the floor. It used to be when you press down it went on the floor, but I've been pressing up, diagonal left, and the ball has been just skipping along the turf. So I've got to kind of learn that. You know, it is a new game. There is new things in it that we do have to remember about. And we'll get used to them in time. Right here, delivery by Marcelo. Reasonable, but Willian is never going to win that header. So yeah, I wanted to put this video out just to show you how not to play co-op. You know, there was only 2 of us. There wasn't 3. There was sort of a little bit of unresponsiveness going on. Casemiro taking about 4 hours just to do anything. And one thing I'm also not a huge fan of, the problem with co-op I'm having is changing players and not really knowing who it's going to go to. I know it does technically tell you with the whole little, you know, there's a little transparent triangle above the player's head, but I would prefer it in co-op if you could just do technically defensive player, midfield and forward. I think that would be much better, just having it as an option. So if you join a game, you want to defend, right? You want to be in control of the back 4, and that way it's not a shit show, basically. That's what I'm trying to say, because when you're playing with co-op and the other person is not listening to you or not doing what you want him to do, which is stop bringing players out of position, as he's offside there, Paulinho, it's an issue. So I would like to have it so that you do defensively, you just hold as a unit, midfield you can play as, or forward, and that way at least you have different sections of the field that you can control. I know they did have that in role play in the last couple of years. I've never really tried it out myself. But it was fun. It was also difficult. A little bit infuriating and frustrating playing this game. I'm not going to lie in co-op when you're playing with a random. I'm looking forward to playing it with you guys. I think if I play with the subscribers, it will be much better. We'll get a little bit of communication and people will know how to play football. Another thing as well, this guy, he wanted to play. You'll see it in the second half. And there's another chance for Giroud. Just wide. I like the goalkeeping animations. I've seen quite a variety, which is good for the most part. But they said don't judge the gameplay too much because this is all about testing like the online servers and seeing how smooth it is overall. And really, it should be a smooth experience, in this day and age. But you'll see, as I was saying in the second half, right? This guy, he likes to start hitting these long balls. I don't know why. I think people maybe who are coming from FIFA or just like to spam long balls over the top. Here we go again. I mean, that's never going to work. Neymar's never going to get on the end of that. Play it short, and get your points up, because if you don't, you can see in the bottom right, me and him having a crap game. I mean, I'm on 5 bar, he's on the 5 bar. He actually ends up doing better than me. Willian there probably should have had that back across the goal, so that was my own fault there. A little bit of selfish play. But you'll see at the end, he actually does better than me. But you'll also see that my positioning stats were better than his, and my passing was. He just wanted to dribble all the time. I'm going to play a lot of long balls. Right now, should have laid me back. I mean, once again, why is he playing a long ball in the air? Just play it in floor, mate. And I'm through on goal. Anyway, there's half time. Losing the goal to 0. Let's dive into the second half. So, second half is off and running. I played a little bit better in the second half. The first half was really just trying to find a little bit of a groove. As I say, this was technically my first real game online in co-op. And it was an experience. Tried a couple of crosses just to see if they were OP or not. Haven't seen too many problems with the crosses, personally. But I think we've got to wait till the Gamescom builds out and the demo is officially out before we get more of a realistic... that's a good looking pass towards Marcelo here. Bit of a heavy touch, but here I decided to lay it square to him. He tried to do a little deft touch, and it was an unlucky one. But yeah, once we get the demo going, then we can really get into some more nitty-gritty stuff. Adam did say I think there's going to be more teams in the demo this year, which would be nice to play with, test them out. We've got players slipping and sliding all over the place. But yeah, you'll see a lot more long balls in this second half. I don't like to play those long balls. What is the point? Keep it short. Keep, the movement. There we go again. What is that? As if I'm ever going to get on the end of a long ball like that. Giving away possession. Then you're going to lose points. And in co-op, it's all about getting a good score, getting your ranking up, and just playing some decent football. I mean, you'll see France here pinging it about. I was rather impressed by Superstar. It was difficult, very difficult to get the ball off them. I mean, you can see the shape that we have of Brazil. Horrendous. I mean, we've got, Marquinhos is out of position now. I came back with Dani Alves there. Luckily managed to stop him from losing possession. There's a little bit of lag going on as well. I'm pretty sure this is off his connection. He was the host of this match. He was able... That was a little bit of a naughty one there by Miranda. And yeah, you can see it's lagging like absolute balls at the moment. But if you are the host, then you are able to customize the team. You can't do anything if you're not. So that was kind of the downside for me. I just had to play with the players that he wanted to play with and the lineup that he wanted. Good challenge there by Dani Alves, and it's out for a corner. But overall, it was a bit of fun. It was a bit of fun. I can see myself playing this game mode online, and I certainly can see myself playing you guys as subscribers. I would love to do that. I think it'll be very fun, enjoyable. I mean, look at this. Just can't get the ball out at the moment. France are all over us, and this is actually offside, luckily. Good little finish, but offside nonetheless. Oh, that's minimal. You can see his head. He is offside. His head is in front of the defender, and that's what he put the ball in the back of the net with. So now let's see what we can do, boys. Can we start playing a little bit of possession? Once again, taking a little bit too long there. And now we've got two players chasing the ball. Miranda, way out of position. So I thought, all right, I'm Miranda now. Let's get in the box because I've got to defend. Couldn't get close to Giroud. Not the best save in the world. We are just all over the place here. Brazil cannot get the ball out. Casemiro Finally manages to clean up. Lay that up the line. There we go. And now we're off with Dani Alves again. So I'll feed it up the line to find Coutinho. Now I wanted to make the run here with Willian. He actually came back to him. For some reason that went straight to him again. And now he's off with his jinking run. He's run straight into Payet. And now it's France's turn once more. But look, you know, he's pushing players out. He's leaving holes again. I mean, it's difficult. It's difficult playing with this guy. I mean, look at this for a finish. That's ridiculous. Bang! Payet at his finest. An absolute belter to make it 2-0 as Olivier Giroud comes off. So this is not how to play co-op, but it's a learning curve as well. So I wanted him to play this up the line. There we go. And once again, I'll deliver this in just to see what the crossing's like. But there's a lot of positives to the game. There's Miranda. There's a lot more mistakes as well. I've seen that from players. Making mistakes on the ball, which last year was sort of non-existent. If you're playing on, I don't know what he's playing on. I mean, I'm playing on Pass Support 1. But if you're playing on 1, there's still errors. There's still mistakes, which is great. It's great to see. Right, lay it up the line. There we go. Once again, why is he playing it in the air? Play it on the floor so I don't have to waste time taking a touch. This guy was very L1 triangle type of player, isn't he? But, you know, the pace, you can see France, they're backing away now. They're playing more defensive. They don't need to push players forward. They're winning by, you know, pretty comfortably by 2-0. And he's lost possession out. And now here comes the Kante, Dembele. And now we've got, see, 3 Brazilian players going to the ball. There's got to be communication in this game mode. I've said it so many times, but there has to be. Because, you know, once again, look at Miranda now. He's pushing him. Why is he pushing Miranda out to the left wing? He got lucky there, but, you know, Miranda's a centre-back. Don't push your centre-back out to the wing. Keep the shape. But it's a good example. It's a good example, and it's also a test. You can play the AI on any difficulty in the beta. So if you want to play the AI, you know, on beginner, amateur, whatever you want, right here, should have just whipped that in. Just whip it in, mate. Playing around with it. But yeah, you can play on any superstar difficulty or any difficulty in itself. Here's a chance, but, you know, left foot, pulled it wide. You know, Coutinho's not left-footed. Take your time, mate. Get it on the right peg. And maybe you'll end up hitting the target at the very least. There's completion stats. Not brilliant for us. But yeah, I think playing the CPU's fun. And it's not easy. It's challenging. Pretty impressed with the superstar, to be honest. Difficult to break down. Once again, there's another long ball. But am I going to get that? Never going to get it. Never going to get it. You know, Konami have listened. They know now that the spamming of the long ball, the spamming of the crosses was too OP. And they have diminished that from this year's game. There's a couple of things they have to work on still, of course. I think long shots are going in quite regular. But for the most part, it's been impressive. I've enjoyed it. When the connection's smooth, which has been better lately, it's certainly more fun. Anyway, we're coming up to the last couple of seconds. I finished on, I don't know, 900 points. It wasn't great. It wasn't great, to be fair. But it was still a bit of fun. But I'm going to certainly enjoy playing with you guys when the game does officially come out. I would love to play a little bit of a subscriber session against all you lads, you know, and see how we do. I think I was trying to find Payet's goal here real quickly. I was just going through. Here it is. Nicely done. I mean, look at the space on the wing, though. Where is Dani Alves? No idea, but he gets this out of his feet. 2 touches, and then bang, wallop. It looks like it's straight down the throat of the keeper, but there is a lot of dip and swerve on that. And he has hit that like an absolute gem. So if we have a look at the final stats here, 7 shots to 6. I mean, we had more possession, but you can see I had 9-13. He had better dribbles, but I'm not a dribbler. You can see, look at my defensive positioning. 197, better than his. Attacking runs, I had more. I had better passes. You know, this guy was just... It was more selfish than me. I was trying to be a little bit more of a friendly type of player. But still, it's fun. It's enjoyable. It's something different. Let me know what you guys make of co-op if you have played it. We'll be back with lots more videos. We've seen down playing some more. Got some good one-on-one action to watch. Some good dribbling as well to see. So that's to come shortly. But until next time, take care.